Good morning, my people. How are you today? I hope you guys are doing well. It's the random cat talk Thursday, guys. Ekibozi kirete tobuuza bibuuzo ebibuuzo byancha. Bring the chibozi on, don't bring questions on. You took my heart, you brought me back, but you made me big, you made me big. Every time I come over, you make me big. But why? So guys, good morning once again. This year mwiki mwenyine mwetwakwenda live broadcast ya Fair Soka, where some of you guys attended. We are going to celebrate. We will come together, tuliye ku muchomo, tuwomerwe, tunyumyemu, okitegeera. Twetereze n'okwetereza, twewe ku magezi. We'll have people that will come to speak as well. Abamanyi, okitegeera. N'abagala obaguza amamoroka bajja kujja boogere muko. The very week that we started the broadcast, I'll be announcing that. But how are you guys? Today is Random Cat Talk Thursday, and I thought we should talk about how much we sit. We sit a lot. Even the guys that ride in taxis also sit a lot, and it's not very healthy. People from long time ago lived a very long time. Simply because they did not sit a lot. Abantu bedda batambulanga. They would walk a lot, or they would ride bicycles, and that helped them be very healthy as individuals. Now for us, especially in Uganda. I want to use Uganda instead of Africa because I'm very familiar with Uganda. I've been to Europe and I've worked with some white people. I've worked with very popular people in Norway, in Belgium, literally everywhere. And these popular people would walk. Ngabatambla, I remember I had a boss who is a Norwegian composer. And I went to the Norwegian concert, the Oslo Concert House. For the people that have been to Oslo, it's like the biggest hall there. We had a show there, and they were celebrating him that week. You know how they would celebrate Alex Mukuru? So he was that big. They were celebrating him for the entire week. Was it a month, a week? And he had a headliner. Everyone that comes is talking about him. But I was surprised. This guy came to his own celebration riding a mountain bike. And at that time, I think he was about, I think it was 50 years. Bali was celebrating him because he was making 50 years. And he's a big composer there. And he came riding a mountain bike. I was surprised. At that time, I think I was about 17 years. I was surprised. Dude came on a mountain bike here. Of course, Patrice Mumbere and being pretty. But then again, our lifestyle are justifiable. We don't have a public transport system that functions. And I think you remember Tamale Mirundi used to say that the guys have failed the public transportation system intentionally because they own taxis and borders. So tebaiza kukiriza bus system kujekole they mujukira bafiriza pioneer bus bazonona kwegamba bafu okulabanga babi fading because nze personally Arthur, I would not mind taking a train from Matuga to town. I would not mind. I drive my car to the Matuga bus train station, then take a train. I've been with these guys, popular guys, taking trains. There's a time we worked with in Manchester. We worked with a sound guy. He had a PhD. I was saying, but Arthur, what's the use of learning how to drive a car? I have a lot of affordable public transportation everywhere I go. And I think he came from one of those Arab countries, yeah? And yeah, so that's what we were talking. Hey, President Anthony, so guys, we sit a lot and we need to find mechanisms to make sure that we are healthy, yeah? Now taxi, you guys sit a lot. In Europe, for example, the guys that are moving trains and buses stand because they are standing spaces in trains as well, and then they stand in train stations waiting for the train. I think for us, literally the only time we have to move is if we are going to buy something in town. Then you cannot take the car, and then you walk. And then, like me, I walk very fast, and then I'm always standing around to see who is walking behind me and all those things. To see me Eddie Muyombia Mark Louis Jones info. Antonio Random Things President FTC party ajakuwa president. Ajakuwa president. This is again very actively engaged in the campaigns. Mwanga ba drone yinzo okunona nzenya kuberere bali nganze nkwata sente z'ekibiina government zigenda okutuwa. Nsereko Starch, good morning. Travel Live Vlog, good morning. George Bob, good morning. Gilbert Amanya, good morning. Musime Kim Job, good morning. George Senkubuge, good morning. Muyombya Maka nkubuuzizza driving school mujirabye eri mu duet. Mugalasi Joshua Mixed Farm, Kasenya Yasid, Paul Sema VIP, Taula Stephen, Lawrence Omule. I hope you guys are doing well. Michael UG, Matovu Idris, Wabuye Nelson, Julius Ivan VIP, King Daniels, Daniel Singoma, yeah, Mwasuze Bulonji, Victor Bwanika, Kamukama Godwin. I hope you guys are doing well. Ngera kusoma comments za mwezo. Temwera likiramu ya dinaka tono. But guys, tutula nyo. Kati it's surprising. There are people that sit for like an hour and a half in the car. When they get to their workplaces, then they sit. The guys are buying amaduka muchikuba batunda amasimu. You get to your workplace and then sit for like you get to your workplace at 8:30 and then you sit from 8:30 up to around 1 when you go for lunch, or in between you have like 2-minute breaks when you go for short call, and then you come back and sit, and then in the evening the only time you have to actually stand up and walk, nemwe bagayi muyige mmotoka labo omusajja omukulu ali mu kuyiga mmotoka awetanga mama abani aweta bulungi n'okumusinga kyokka nno kyewunyisa akamu obadde ki mama abani amanyine mmotoka okusinga n'omusajja omukulu never you guys learn cars ate waliwo emyaka gye bwayituse nga tokyagenda mu driving school soka ogule emmotoka yo giteekaawo funa omuntu akuyigiririzeemu wakati gino emyaka gyono I had to stop and look. But guys, muyige mmotoka. Ne oba tonnagula mmotoka. Yige mmotoka ng'okyali muto. It's a shaming. Kiswazaamu. Sajja omukulu myaka na ng'oli mu kuyiga mmotoka obwongo tebukyakwata. Ogenda kukola exam ya IOV ng'obubonero wabwerabidde ku makya. But anyway, guys, we sit a lot. Even the guys that use border borders, you find someone sit on the border, get to work, also sit. The only time they have to go around is when they are going for short call. And probably this could be a contributor to the fact that we die young. Like every day you see someone young, 39, 40. Nga afudde kikutuko. Okitegeera abantu tebakitegedde bagamunaiga yalwaddemu katono n'azikira. Okitegeera yagudde ku airport n'azikira. We are really unhealthy. And I saw someone that told me, someone really close to me, he has a pot belly and it's growing bigger. And I told him, and I told him, and he said, sometimes I don't breathe very well at night. And so then why do you have the pot belly? And he told me it's because and for him that's the only reason he has a pot belly. Because abakazi barowooza orobo ina sente okitegeera and kati omuntu and remember the fat, according to what I've seen, what I've read, the fat collects in the pot belly, in the stomach. So every time someone has a big stomach, it means he has a lot of fat, and fat comes from unused energy. And when I'm driving, literally as I drive, it's only the foot and the hands and the brain that are working. The rest of my body is not working. Actually, it's one leg that is working, because it's one leg that accelerates, it's also one leg that brakes. And then the hands are working. And you can imagine not using 80% of your body. I think a man you go in a gasoboroko is like 80% of your body. So we need to find mechanisms and exercises to keep ourselves healthy. I know there are people that are watching my broadcast right now in the car. You're going to get to work and sit. In between, you have to run errands around town. You get your border guy to go with you. You only walk from the border to the door, then come back, sit on the border, and then go back. You get it? Except for the guys that drive borders or motorcycles, then it's even worse. Why do I say it's worse? It's because for the guys that ride motorcycles, they can park anywhere. They even go closer to the door and they park there. They don't really need to move. You get, and it's not a very pretty thing. I remember around 2019 when actually it's the time I was diagnosed with hypertension. That's the time I had a kapot belly. Tiny like this. It didn't look nice at all. I don't like the stomach. And that's the time I was diagnosed with hypertension. So for me, I've fought since then to make sure that I don't get that thing back. I use up all my energy whenever I can. I try as much as possible to not eat a lot. And I try to eat healthy food even when it's expensive. So guys, what are you doing to make sure that you counter the dangers of sitting so much in the car? Ebizibu ebijja n'okutuula ennyo okoze otya okubyegobako kuba ebizibu byo bigenda sigala nga bijja. For the guys that don't know where this is in Zambia, this is in Zambia. I also don't know what the LC one is called, but this is in Zambia. We are trying to counter the jam that is at Zambia hospital. Now this is Katwe. This is not in Zambia. We have entered Katwe, but still, when you use this road, we to go in Zambia. So guys, when was the last time you exercised? Like and me, I've found that the guys that do aerobics, like the guys do aerobics for 20 minutes. 20 minutes, 20 minutes. Okay, aerobics bore me. Like like exercising in one place is boring for me. I want to be able to move Era bino byensiruka mu kisaawe, I get bored. I have a target, so I keep going. It's like I don't have the energy. I have the energy, but I get bored, like going around in one place. I think that's why I can't afford aerobics. But of course, there are people that are not bored by aerobics. They can do like 30, 40 minutes of being in one place and jumping up and down. Me, I prefer to run. And if I run cross country, I can do 15 to 20K and I'll still be okay. But running cross country in Uganda is not safe at all. At least for the people that have tried, no. But then the life you're trying to keep doesn't work. That's why I'm trying to make time to run in the morning when I get to work, because I can. I have the ability, I have the resources to be able to run. So for the guys that drive their cars every day, what are you doing to make sure that you're safe? For the guys that have been fortunate enough, that have had the money to buy cars, please leave border borders alone. Border, the city in your border. Why? If you have a car and you leave the car at home trying to save money, I find that you will never forgive yourself if you got an accident on that border and probably your leg gets a dislocation, and God forbid your leg gets cut off. Because normally the people that leave cars at home and they decide to take borders, things don't end very well for them. So tuira Mark 2 grand ya follow wafe ajituna milioni 16 eri ku UBD. So if you want to buy a Mark 2 grand, you could check that out. Kana comment Jesus some wano. Gilbert Amanya, if you can afford a Primo 2000, if like guys, like you cannot fail to maintain a car. But Gilbert, if you can afford a car, you can afford to maintain it. Let me see which other comment. After everyone else on the platform, please compare for me the fuel consumption of a Toyota Wish Valvematic engine. No, Valvematic is always better, guys. Valvematic is better. Valvematic 1.8 liters consumes almost the same as a VVTi 1.5 liter. So if you have a chance to buy a Valvematic, go ahead and buy it. The Valvematic 1.8 liter consumes almost the same as a 1.5 liter VVTi. I found a Pro Box guy who was already there. Sorry, the network keeps cutting us off. In the morning, good. Oh, guys, for the guys that sit a lot of time in the car, please drink water. At least take 1.5 liters of water a day. I found a Pro Box guy. But I do pre-purchase inspection. If you're going to buy a car and you want a guardian, your man, I come with the mechanic, and together we make sure that you get a good car for your budget. Charge a small fee, 450,000 shillings. That money covers a full day of inspection in the Kampala Central Business District. If you get out of the Kampala CBD, then you pay extra for fuel. That money strictly covers one day. Whether you get one car and you send the Kebere no Maroge in there, whether you get 10 cars, that money covers one day. It's important for you to understand. And this is something that normally I tell people. I've had a challenge like with the lady Oriwa Yajane Wasienta. I told her we should get more options. The brokers are looking for a car for me. And I told her, you know what, you cannot get brokers to look for only one car. So they got her a car, and we checked. It was not that bad, but she could not afford the money. Buying that car at the money she was buying, it would be an unfair thing. But I told her, you can buy it because there is no other car that is as cheap as that. Network keeps cutting us off. Guys, if you're going to buy a car, don't limit yourself to one option. If you're going to buy a car, I would recommend you look at least 4 options. 4 options, and let all those 4 options be ready on the day of inspection. I don't want you to say Arthur nakuana mwetano gange nesifuna motoka. Otafuna motoka, it's on you. That's why I recommend that before we get into the conversation of you getting a car, you pay the 50,000 consultation and we talk, so that you make sure you have the right budget for the car you want. Era, if you call me and I tell you that money cannot get you that car, netutuka mo field nobu motoka, it's still on you, because I would have told you that money does not buy that car, it buys this car. You get it? And you insisted and said, Ata gojango kebere. Me, I would come and check, and then for us, we take our money and we go. So the money, pre-purchase inspection money, covers one day. I want to make it clear, because the past couple of weeks, I've had a lot of explaining to Dunga Ten Bikura Wano. Let me also explain this so that the guys that tend to hire me for inspection know this. The money, inspection is paid to me before we leave where we meet. If you come to my office, before we leave my office, I get the inspection money. Why? Because I start spending the moment we start moving. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. I start spending the moment we start moving. So there is no way you're going to tell me, so the moment we start moving, before we start moving, you pay the inspection fee. I hope I've communicated that. I think I'll always make reference to the video of 6th February 2025 that I made sure to explain that one day, and it gets paid before we start moving. You get. And I prefer cash. Mobile money is good, but then I'll make you put a like withdrawal fees, which you don't want. So anyway, let's go on. Lawrence Omunakubuziza Kostacha Agambi. See how home is calling us. The morning breeze. One winter tabuseero. The supervisor tazize kola. Supervisor abiganye mpewo nyingi. Antonio, oli mukusaliza musajja. Starch togwa mumanyi. Laki muze kubuzizaako nakate Christine atuhumuza Kenneth Chamba de Hannington omuchomo gwaddi tugambe tulunde embuzi. Ngenda bagamba. I'll tell you tomorrow morning when the muchomo is going to be. After yesterday, New Vision published that the driving testings will now be digitized for learner driving. But it's digital. It's already digital. You can do a digital test when you go there. You choose to do digital or to do the normal written one. So it has already been digital. Maybe they are going to make it better. Henry Modern Juice, if they can't work out, let them first, cause they have enough energy stored in the pot bed to push them for ages. Asiku, do you think these corporate people can fast? They can't. They love to eat. You will see someone walking around where the pot bed is shaking. So the table is shaking. Airport job office. I could sit for 8 hours saying that you really shuffle. The guys that sit, you can do squats in your office there. Start. No you squats. You run in one place, you skip a rope. Which take me, I don't know how to skip a rope. I exercise 5 times a week, 1 day cardio, 4 days weightlifting. That's very healthy. That's very healthy. I think we should try to play tough soccer. Evening and morning runs are good, but obviously with security. It's part of my job. It's already man cause 1 hour for the love of cars. But guys, if you can, I failed. Me, I don't know how to play football, and I don't want to be embarrassed to be on the field. I ride my bicycle most of the time. Most especially moving around city center and suburbs. That's good, Antonio. Attend Antonio now in Nakudaba. We know Salam. After I can walk up to 25k steps a day. I can do at least 30 kilometers. That's nice. That's very nice. But me, my target is 10k, 10,000 steps a day. I take 3.5 liters a day. Yeah, and of course the water is to help you to get rid of the toxins in your body. KFC is not chicken. It's not. Eina chibulamu, I prefer fresh chicken. So while the Urbans and Mama Urban ate those chickens of theirs, me and Starch Agami, he takes 2 liters of water every day and at least 20 push-ups morning before you go to work. Increase 20 push-ups is very little starch. Good morning, Arthur. Can someone get a Harrier 2.2? No, you can't. You can't. 2.2 jaji sanga milioni 15 16 okitegeera. Starting I do 20 miles 3 to 4 days a week okutereza my lungs. Yeah. But me, you did say yesterday I ran and I feel very healthy. I feel too healthy for life. I'm also going to run tomorrow. President aina potbedi sate si potbedi yeka president kati potbedi yavamu amasavu president ina munene. Semanda Raymond, good morning. Isoba Ivan, good morning. Eric Chisitu, good morning. So my guy, tutura nyo. What you today? Let me concentrate. I can see where we are going. The cars are stuck. Chokambu what you today? But you never ever take what I say. I need you. But you know what to do over again. My one goes around. I love this. So guys, are you watching this live broadcast and you have not yet subscribed to the channel? Please subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell so that when the live broadcast is coming live and when you send notification, activate all notifications so that when we upload the video, you see it. Today, I think I'm going to upload the video. When you upload the video, you see it. When you start the live broadcast, you get the notification. So subscribe and continue suggesting this channel to many of your friends so that they come ate tunyumiemu tuwomerwemu atera tulambule Kampala n'emirirano. Olubuto lwagana okuvaako, but at least I can do 45 minutes on a pitch and do 6 assists. Antonio, you can be there lying to us that you can do 45 minutes on the pitch. Yeah, and the 45 minutes we are talking about, you're standing for 30 minutes of those. You get it? But what they want to I never leave this. Girl, I'm telling this every day, every night. That I really feel you walking me now. Give us a chance, you and I, you and I, you and I. Give us a chance, you and I, you and I, you and I. Watch on him, 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 watch it's gonna last so long. Time does not wait. Okay, man. Guy, sometimes I be driving my car and I feel like I'm a pilot, and I feel like going to be a but how are you guys? Today no running, but today I want to be early for my 9 a.m. Nagenze 9. I think I went at around 9:28, 9:30 there. What's the gear? Nayo wedanga aniza abra uli omulengera bwadduka ngayongeranga agumamu. So let me park guys in basibule rumu. Okay, so guys, I have tutuula nnyo. Like for me personally, I left home at 5:45. It's 8. Ate bimbagamba bituufu. I left my home at 5:45 and it's 8:18 and still seated. I got out to get my kids out of the car, but that's literally it. I've been seated from 5, okay, from 6 to 7, 7 to 8. Those are 2 hours and a half, and I'm seated in one area like this, in one place. Katobo ina okora muko exercise ntonotono. For the guys that can do aerobics at your offices, or you can subscribe to a gym where you can do aerobics, please subscribe to a gym. And whenever you can walk, keep walking around. Someone has said I've atambula 8 kilometers a day, which is very good. Abayiribi ajana ayingira ku mulimu n'atandika okuyiriba kino nkijjewa kiri nkijjewa chobola abayiribi kizibu kusanga muyiribi nga munene basala amasavu okitegeera. So whenever you can, please do exercise, yeah. Ronald Mucho, good morning. Yeah, so guys that wanted to pay for membership with channel one, you can use the Momo virtual Mastercards. I need to find out how you can do that. The traffic lights are useless because they go green, cars have nowhere to go. Exactly. I find that we need to get those traffic lights that can sense. Nezimanya nti kati eri wakute sote tusobola kukuta nsigala nga zitukute red. I find that that's what we need, but I also realize that abaana babanene bo bavuganga bebaga because tebasobola bafayininga kati abasirikale nabo basalawo kulya buli bwakwata yavuza obigasobola okujjabo omutwalo ng'ogwagutwala because amanyi ajja kubaako baakwata ate ababanene bajje bayitewo ne bali bagoberere kati nga utandika otya. Athene Sentoma, if you run in the early morning oba evenings bakuteega batemu. Even on bicycle, wakusalako, if you exercise to have boss dog, given me that's why I stopped running in my neighborhood. I never experienced something like that. But then there are times I would run and I notice guys like I find that baku manyani I think and I stopped. But then along the way I realized I need to like I've not really been fat at all. I'm gonna pot belly since like 2021, and I work out a lot. But I also realized that the running is also important for me. So if I can, in a way, find a way of doing 15K a week, the way man's 5K running. You know, running is better than walking, guys, because when you run, you're using a lot of energy at the same time. Your heart is working a lot because you have to breathe a lot. But also, I find that running is in a way a test of your discipline. It helps you get more disciplined if you're not. Nti omuntu asobola okudduka for an extended period of time ndakiika ana nga tayeboye nga tafunye kimuwugula nga tajja. That's also discipline. Me, especially when I run in the field, I find that that's me developing my discipline. It bores me a lot. Like, of course, now it's not as boring as it used to be. I run a little bit with more energy. It gets easier, but it's the boring part that I'm going round in one place. When in my neighborhood, it was easy. Like, if I want to do 20 kilometers, I just have to run 10 kilometers and then I'll have to come back 10 kilometers, and it's easier for me to do 20. And then the things you have gone seeing, you don't really literally come back seeing the same things, because whatever is saying border now you're going to come back when the lorry is parked there. And but here it's monotonous. You keep going and keep going and keep going until it bores you to death. And then, yeah. So, after I talk about the Primo X2000, that seems like a question. Let me talk about that tomorrow. You need to be part of tomorrow's broadcast as well. Kandabe. Guys, double tap the screen so that we get more likes. Nabagamba, you guys should try the Total Rubia Exelium. Let's try it to Morokaza diesel, because they have new diesel engine oil. I think I was talking to this guy, engineer, the one that promised Night to repair her car for free. And he was telling me he's also using Total because apparently their oil is very good. It's Bamita Fleet Vitano. So it's designed for diesel cars, taxis, lorries, those Land Cruisers and all that. But anyway, for the guys that have diesel vehicles, let's use the Rubia, the diesel engine oil, and then we see how it performs. Then tunaba to encouraging abaro mukozesa obaga no mukozesa if it's bad or kitegeera. Arthur Nkuba 3 and 11 siwumula. I don't know so much about football. Brad Wanyama, good morning. Chintuma, good morning. Ramirez makes vlogs, good morning. Papa nze wanziza munyo amanyi era kati kubuto ekibuto mye n'ekifuba kati nako ebbeere naye I do body weights every day 30 minutes after work. That's very good. Mukolemu basajja mwe mukolemu. And I'm telling you ebintu betulanga ebyokusaaga tuloza mbu abakazi baagala sente wo nsebo n'abakazi baagala ng'olabika bulungi. Olaba nafe bwetwagala naffe tulina bye twagala besijja kuyisa wano ku mukutu. Naye nabo balina bye baagala. It's just that it has been made normal that women don't talk about the things they like about men. Apparently women even end up pretending that they don't like the physical, they are not physically attracted to men. And for them, it's your intellect, it's how you treat people. What? Bagara. Bagara. So kati bobera ngo oli magumba totegerekeka oli lusompyo. Man, you men go and work out a little. Okisegira. The working makes me lose weight because the food here isn't good and I hate becoming small again. Yet I love working out to keep health. Ante also kubanga oli mutono naye already unhealthy. We have seen those guys. Like there is a lady that died around Gayaza Road. She was really tiny and she died of low blood pressure. Until low blood pressure is bad, it's worse than high blood pressure because low blood pressure zikira buziki zote. Omusayiguga nagenda ku mutima n'ozikira. At least high blood pressure lwanako n'olwana n'obulamu. Abantu ne bajjanja bako low blood pressure. I don't know if it's advantageous njozikira buzikizi or it's disadvantageous. Mukama yamanyi. Arthur, how are you? Is it legal to drive with a duplicate? Yeah, it's not illegal. But if I got a permit number. But me, I drive with my original. I have no problem. Chris Da Vinci Ogambotia, Sayed Ogambotia, Victor Bwanika. I hear that Sauna's team. No, they don't. Sauna doesn't. The time when I was diagnosed with hypertension, I tried Sauna. Sauna is nakizare. Guys, exercise and fast. You can do intermittent fasting. Like you eat supper and you don't eat again until supper. Me, I've done that a number of times. And also you can eat just healthy foods. Me, I try to eat healthy. I eat those expensive things that I was told to eat. The cashew nuts, the walnuts. I can eat those in the morning and I don't eat again until like 3 p.m. and I'm good. Here in Bukomero Chiboga, Kanabe yakubye TX yomusajja ekigo yonna neggwaawo. Nekati, you guys, anyway, but me, I would not leave a Kanabe with Mike for what? Mr. Arthur, did you see the guy who got fuel test machines for all stations in Kenya and Shell Viper was the worst? You see, do you know why when they test blood, they don't get your blood and test it from there? Because testing things is delicate. You don't just get fuel and put it in a thing and test like that. Ochitegera. Testing is something that is done in controlled environments. That's why hepatitis B, malaria, they take you to the lab because there is equipment that is designed for that. There's also something they call calibration. I don't know how calibrated that machine, I don't know if I'm saying the right thing, that machine that he was using is. And then also there's something that we call assassination. I'm not a proponent of Shell. I'm not like talking for Shell. I have no right to talk for Shell. But I happen to understand that if they are going to test the quality of fuel, if government is going to test the quality of fuel, they'll take the fuel to the lab. They're not going to test it there at the petrol station. Because for you to get the right figures, the reason why tests are called tests is because you get something, but what to call exams. I don't know if you guys get what I'm saying. But what to call exams. There's a reason why to choose a muchisawe to call it down mpira. They put you in an exam room where it's quiet. They even put Bupandi around exam in progress, keep silent. So me, I don't want to say that Shell fuel is the worst or is the best, but I also want to I want to say that maybe because the machine he was using to test the quality of fuel, is it the machine that is used by literally every person that tests the quality of fuel? If not, then they should give him the right machines that are testing. Get them testing after Google now. Because tests are done in controlled environments. Yensonga lwaki they have various tests, PCR, simanya because they bitamu zijukira zineza COVID. Okitegera nti balina akaakaama nke bakujjamu ne batuuzaamu chemical ne balinda an hour. You get ne babako ke bakola nga kaamaanyi ne kalinda 20 minutes. So yes, V-Power might be the worst, and I've never supported V-Power nzenga Arthur. But I also know that it's impossible for Shell to say V-Power bay ku regular fuel save. I think V-Power will be, it's impossible. Okitegera. But of course, we need to understand that business is business. It's possible that this guy was also paid off. Right? But of course, the damage is already done. It's hard for Shell to come out and say, oh, our fuel is the best. Even when it's the best, right now it's very hard. And this is someone, let me tell you, there is a time I wanted to do a test on fuel, but I tried to call Excelium. When Nabagamba to get Excelium, I wanted to do that test. And we have a chemist here. I inspected the car for him and I asked him, is it okay for me to do a test? And can you avail me with the resource if I want, if I have my budget? Arthur, testing fuel is something that is delicate. You don't just do it. That's why not everyone does it. And that's how I did not test. That's why I keep telling you guys, mugezese katinga bwembagamba tugezese oil. Bwowuliranga waliwo ekikyuse mu sound kati mulaba Kasiri yagambye oil wa total oil mpya gwakozesa mu mmorokezo nezasiba na kinaki. We test by seeing. That's how we see that this is good, this is bad. So that's the same thing I would say with the fuel. Nti amafuta UNBS tekwata UNBS webegenda okugezesa kuba pad zikola. Tebajja mu dduuka ne bajjayo pad emu. They don't do like that. Because even the advertisers, that's what they use. They get a pad, probably make it extra big, then they pour water there and tetonya. So I have no, I cannot conclusively say that it was true or it was wrong. It's possible that it was true. It's also possible it was wrong. So Kasule Musa is saying 80% vegetable diet is but you need to be consistent. Some neighborhoods are not safe for running exercises because of the thieves. So I advise people to buy treadmills. They help a lot. I get bored by treadmills, Chris Da Vinci. Oh my God, it bores me. I don't like to be in one place. I get bored a lot. I think that's even the reason why I keep looking around when I'm doing my broadcast. Yeah, I like looking at stuff. I like seeing different things. Treadmill, to pads limited. Arthur, can very skinny, slim guys put on muscle easily? But yes, when you guys I used to be a small dude. And the times I call Jaku gym because if not for the gym, then I to TD. I'm telling you. This is muscle. This is pure muscle. My hand used to be small. This is muscle. I take it this is muscle. I last worked out on Sunday. Katene enkola mu olwaleero. Nyinza okugejja. Omugaga Kasiwukira Miyenga was killed very early in the morning when I'm asking myself, Kasiwukira lwaki yalina kisaawe waka we waddukira? Ye Kasiwukira ku sente zalina lwaki yali adduka yekka? Nze siri mugagga naye I want to get people in the neighborhood to come run with me. Osegeera guys kamba sibule. Dakika 3 zezibula kamba sibule. Thank you very much for being part of the broadcast, but always remember for the guys that sit down a lot, exercise. Find a way to exercise. By the way, guys, I have a very delicate conversation I need to have with my son. I think they are studying a lot about family now. And Aban asked me, Daddy, where is your dad? For 2 days now, he has been asking me, and I told him, you know what, Aban, we're going to sit down and I talk to you. So my dad died when I was 2 years. I did not see him. I think I have a small memory of him, but I don't remember him. And now I have to this is the time I have to sit down with my son and introduce the concept of death to him and introduce the concept of, okay, it's possible that the people you love can go, or the people that love you can actually go and leave you, and then life continues. And I have to tell my son that my dad died when I was 2 years old. And I have to explain how he died, what killed him, and all those things. They are so open to knowing things. They ask. So 2 days he has been asking me, Daddy, where is your dad? Where is your dad? Where is your dad? So he started asking me, Daddy, where did your dad go? And yeah, so I have to sit him down and actually talk to him. But that's an approach I've not yet found. And yeah. But hopefully I'll sit him down on the weekend. So I have just said, to see me Eddie Muyombia, Mark, Louis, John's info. And that's why I work out a lot. I want to raise my kids. Where is your daddy? Where is your daddy? Yesterday, one of you guys came with the father-in-law. And the father-in-law had bought a kaunga truck, and they were here. And it's nice, yeah? It's nice. It's nice. Like, ngokuze, oinamu kusente, kugamba, guy tukole nnyo. There's a myaka ejo nkaaga, atano. Ngovuge moroka izaamanyi. Uze myaka atano ng'olinnya boda. Ng'otandika okunyiigira abantu, onyiigira abaana bo olw'okuba tebakuwaddeyo kasente. Biba tebinyuma. Tebinyumirako ddala. So John's info, Antonio Random Things President FTC Party, Nsereko Starch, Travel Live Vlog, George Bob Gilbert Amanya Musime Kim Job, George Senkubuge, Moyombia Mark Nkumaze, Kasenya Yasin, Paul Sema VIP, Taula Stephen, Lawrence Omule, Mikel UG, Matovu Idris, Waboyi Nelson, Julius Ivan VIP, Daninye Singoma, King Daniels, Kamuka Magodwin, Victor Bwanika, Lucky Mose Ahomoza, Kenneth Nakate, Christian Chambade Hannington, Billy Crown, Henry Modern Juice, Asiku Keith, Victor Bwanika Nkumaze, Kampala Job Listings, Eric Chisitu Isoba Ivan, Semanda Raymond, Igumba Jonathan, Boss Dog, Ronald Muchwa, Brian Wanyama, Chintu Mark Ramirez, Sayed, Chris Da Vinci, Kasule Musa tuone Pads Limited, Salongo Nsubuga. After these days, they also use simulation software to test product performance. That way, it is more easy to make accurate assessments. Exactly. So me, I'm still thinking to myself, nti gotosola gena no sina fusenyi mafuta no gateka mu kichupa. Okitegera tosola sina fusenyi mafuta no gateka mu kichupa boti no gamba ha mafuta malungi oba mabi. Okitegera. But anyway, Rashida Farm Security and Elijah Brandon. Guys, mwebale nyo kubera ku broadcast namwe abali mu Kamoli. I don't take it for granted. And even the guys that are watching this broadcast later in the day, later in the week, later in the month, or later in the year. This year, we are going to have our first get together. A year for the love of cars. Ngenda bamba buli that which date it will be. After how often do you do gym in a week? It depends on how much time I have. Like there are weeks that but I will make sure I go to the gym at least once. Ninane way it's a waka. Now sometimes, like in the past, it was very easy for me to work out, but sometimes I get home at 11 and it's really like I'm really tired. I just want to sleep. I should rest. So these days I go home and I look at my weights and I say, but Arthur, if you lift the weights and die, the doctor said sleep. So I look at my weights and I tell myself that I go shower and then I go and sleep. Until I feel like like on Sunday when I went to the gym, still I wasn't as energetic as I should be. So that's how I know I should rest. So I'm taking my time to rest a little more, but I make sure to go to the gym at least once. Because if I don't go to the gym, and I don't want to kuika. So at least once, guys, and when you go to the gym, at least once, work out for a minimum of like 40 minutes. And you should work the entire body. So me, when I go to the gym, I work on the upper body, you work on the chest, you work on your arms, you work on your shoulders, you work on your back as well. And then you also work on your lower body. And normally you do that through squats. So Kati, you do bench press. And then I don't know how they call the other exercises that I do, but a full body workout when I go to the gym. And the squats are the most, I think they are the most tasking. That's why you need to always do them last. So and there are people that I've seen people that say, talk on a full body, they don't want a chest and but we don't have that time. Osegire ntibonoga mantu kumane nkola mukono kulokubiri nkola chifuba kulokusatu nkola mugongo orono kola descend zili saba nabo. So that's why me when I go to the gym I give myself an hour and I do. Sometimes I find abana mu gym nembaga mu je tukole nemba kozesa. So anyway guys, I wish you a very lovely day. May the good Lord bless you. See you tomorrow, Question Friday. Ciao.